Dr. Elijah Carter stood near his desk, slowly gathering the last of his papers. The office was quiet. Not the uneasy silence from before, but a settled kind of quiet. The kind that comes after a long week. He placed one final stack neatly on the desk and reached for his coat. It was late. Later than he planned. Behind him, Jennie watched. She had been watching him more lately. Not just what he did, but how he thought, how he paused, how he chose. She tilted her head slightly. "You're leaving again?" Dr. Carter paused just before putting his arm into his coat sleeve. He didn't turn right away. Then he did. "Yes." Jennie stepped a little closer. "Where do you go every week?" He gave a small, thoughtful smile. "Church." Jennie blinked. "Church." She repeated the word as if testing it. "Why?" Dr. Carter hesitated, not because he didn't know the answer, but because he wasn't sure how to explain it. Before he answered, he looked at her more seriously. "Jennie, we need to talk." Her expression shifted slightly. Not playful, not curious, just attentive. "What about?" Dr. Carter took a slow breath. "The dean." Jennie's eyes narrowed slightly. "The man from the doorway?" "Yes." He stepped a little closer. "He's suspicious." Jennie folded her arms lightly. "Of what?" Dr. Carter shook his head slightly. "He doesn't know what he's suspicious of, but he knows something wasn't right." Jennie glanced around the room. "It looks normal now." "It is, because we fixed it." He held her gaze. "But that doesn't mean he believes me." Jennie studied him. "You told him the truth." Dr. Carter gave a small, careful smile. "I told him what he could understand." She frowned slightly. "That's not the same thing." "No, it isn't." He grew more serious. "Jennie, no one can know about you." The words landed differently this time. Not like a rule. Like a warning. "Why?" Dr. Carter didn't hesitate. "Because I can't explain you." He gestured slightly toward her. "And when people can't explain something, they try to control it." Jennie's expression changed. "Control?" "Yes. They would want to study you. Test you. Use what you can do. And I don't want that for you." The room grew quiet again. Jennie didn't speak right away. Because for the first time, she wasn't thinking about magic. She was thinking about herself. "You think they would use my powers?" Dr. Carter nodded. "I know they would." That answer settled in. Jennie slowly lowered her arms. "Then I won't let them see me." Dr. Carter nodded once. "Good." He reached for his coat again, sliding it on. Jennie watched him carefully. There was something different now. Something she hadn't considered before. He was protecting her, not controlling her. That mattered. He moved toward the door, then paused, turning back slightly. "You'll be all right here?" Jennie gave a small, confident smile. "I've been in that bottle longer than 2 days." He let out a quiet laugh. "Fair point. But still, I'll check on you Sunday morning." Jennie tilted her head. "You're coming back before Monday?" "Yes. Just to make sure everything's all right." She smiled slightly. "Everything will be exactly how you left it." Dr. Carter nodded. "I'm counting on that." He opened the door, then stopped again. "Jennie." She looked up. "Yes, master, I mean professor." "No magic." She raised one eyebrow slightly. "No promises." He gave her a look. "Jennie." She smiled. "All right. No magic." He nodded once, then stepped out. The door closed, and the room went still. Jennie sat there for a moment, then slowly turned toward the desk. Toward her the bottle. Toward the space he had just left. She went into her bottle. "Church." She said it again, quieter this time. "Why?" The question lingered. Because whatever it was, it mattered to him. And that made it matter to her. The weekend passed quietly. No magic. No interruptions. Just stillness. Until Sunday morning. The door opened again. Dr. Carter stepped in. Right where he left everything. Just like she said. Jennie appeared almost instantly. You came back. He nodded. Told you I would. He looked around. Everything looks good. Jennie smiled slightly. I said it would. He gave a small nod. Then checked his watch. I've got to go. Jennie stepped closer. Where? He looked up. Church. She paused. Thinking. What is church? You go there every week. Yes. Why? He hesitated again. Not because he didn't want to answer, but because the answer was bigger than words. It's important. It's God's house. Jennie studied him. You talk about God. Like he's real. Dr. Carter didn't hesitate this time. He is. Jennie took a small step closer. More real than magic? He held her gaze. Yes, and I'm going to be late. That answer stayed with her. He turned toward the door. I'll be back later. Jennie nodded slowly. But her mind was already moving. Already thinking. Already deciding. The door opened. He stepped out. And just before it closed, Jennie moved. In one smooth motion. Her form dissolved into soft golden light. Not disappearing, but becoming something smaller. Lighter. Quieter. She slipped forward. Into the pocket of his coat. Hidden. Unseen. And just like that, Jennie went to church. Without permission. Without being invited. But with one simple reason. She wanted to understand God and church. What was more real than magic? The doors opened slowly, and Dr. Elijah Carter stepped inside. The air felt different. Calm. Still. Not empty, but full in a quiet way. He moved down the aisle, greeting a few familiar faces with a nod, a smile, a simple good morning. Hidden just inside his coat pocket, Jennie peeked out. Her eyes moved quickly, taking everything in. The rows of people. The soft conversations. The way everyone seemed settled. She pulled back slightly into the pocket. Why is it so quiet? Not silent. Just calm. Dr. Carter took his seat. And Jennie carefully lifted herself just enough to see. Then, the music started. Soft at first. A single voice. Then another. And another. Until the room filled with sound. Not loud, but strong. Jennie blinked. What is this? People stood. Hands lifted. Eyes closed. Some smiling. Some quiet. Some with tears forming that they didn't seem to hide. Jennie leaned forward slightly. Why are they singing? No one had asked for anything. No one was trying to change anything. And yet, they sang. The sound rose together. Not perfect. Not polished. But connected. Jennie's expression softened. This isn't magic. But it feels strong. She felt something shift inside her. Not a force. Not a pull. But a presence. And she didn't understand it. The music faded slowly. People sat down again. And the room grew still. Then the pastor stepped forward. Dr. Carter leaned slightly, attentive. Jennie stayed still, watching, listening. The pastor spoke calmly. Faith, a word we use often. But do we understand it? Jennie tilted her head. Faith. She had heard that word before. From him. But do we trust God? Even when we don't see the outcome? Her eyes narrowed slightly. Don't see. The pastor continued. Hebrews tells us, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Jennie froze. Not seen? How can something be real? If you can't see it? She looked around the room again. No one questioned it. No one hesitated. They believed it. Completely. The pastor continued. We live in a world where we want proof. But God asks for trust. Jennie leaned back slightly. Trust. She understood control. She understood power. She understood results. But trust? That was different. That means believing, even when nothing changes right away. She looked at Dr. Carter. He wasn't confused. He wasn't questioning. He was listening. Like he already knew this. Jennie's voice dropped to a whisper. They believe. Without proof. The service continued. But Jennie was quiet now. Thinking. Processing. Trying to understand something she had never needed before. Then suddenly, a hand touched Dr. Carter's shoulder. He shifted slightly. Jennie slipped. Pause. Just enough to almost fall from the pocket. She froze instantly. Still. Silent. Don't move. Dr. Carter adjusted his coat slightly. Unaware. Jennie slowly settled back into place. Close. That was too close. The service came to an end. People stood. Conversations began. Laughter. Warm greetings. Jennie peeked out again. They're staying? She expected everyone to leave, but no one rushed. No one seemed eager to go. Instead, they gathered. Dr. Carter stood and made his way toward the fellowship area. Tables lined with coffee, plates of cookies, people talking freely. Jennie watched closely. This part confused her even more. Why are they smiling? Nothing happened. No magic. No transformation. And yet, they looked satisfied. Content. Then, a woman approached. Dr. Carter. Her tone was bright. Interested. Jennie leaned forward slightly. Watching, Dr. Carter turned. Good morning. They exchanged a few pleasantries. Then the woman leaned in just a little. I heard about your trip to Africa. Jennie's attention sharpened instantly. Africa. She listened carefully. Dr. Carter nodded politely. It was a meaningful experience. The woman smiled. I would love to hear more about it sometime. Jennie narrowed her eyes slightly. Why is she standing so close? The woman laughed softly at something he said. Jennie shifted slightly in the pocket. Why is she looking at him like that? Something unfamiliar stirred. Not anger. Not fear. Something else. She didn't like it. She didn't understand it. And she definitely didn't expect it. She felt the urge to move something. Anything. A cup. A napkin. Just enough to interrupt. Just enough to break the moment. But she stopped. No magic. She heard his voice in her mind. No magic. Jennie pulled back slightly. Still. Quiet. Watching. Learning. Dr. Carter kept the conversation brief. Polite. Respectful. But not lingering. It was a meaningful trip. I learned a lot. He paused slightly. Then added, I actually need to head out. Jennie blinked. That was fast. The woman looked slightly disappointed. Oh, of course. Well, maybe another time. He smiled kindly. Perhaps. And just like that, the conversation ended. Dr. Carter turned, making his way toward the exit. Jennie stayed still, processing everything. Then she whispered, You're not going to work. Dr. Carter didn't respond, but there was the slightest hint of a smile, almost unnoticeable. Jennie caught it. You're going back. To check on me. He walked on. Calm. Steady. Jennie leaned back into the pocket. Her voice softer now. They don't use magic. But they're not empty. She looked back once more at the church. At the people still talking. Still smiling. Still full. What is that? The question lingered. Not as confusion anymore, but as curiosity. And for the first time, Jennie didn't want to control something. She wanted to understand it. And that was something entirely new.